Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Mostly Low Budget Movie Reviews. I am your host, Clarence. Thank you for tuning in. In today's episode, I have a movie trending in the top 10 on Netflix. Now, it's a foreign film, Korean, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called The Great Flood. Now, I checked out the trailer, and it looks like an interesting disaster type movie. And, who doesn't like a good disaster story? I mean, I know I do. Now, I watch so many foreign films, I actually recognize some of the people in this, but not enough to quote you their names or anything, and I probably couldn't pronounce them anyway. But anyway, let's get into it. What is this one about? Now, Anna, who is a researcher, is working on a project. It's some AI type stuff. Now, she's sleeping and her son is playing around. He's practicing his diving and says all outside is a pool now. Half asleep, she brushes him off and she gets up, and shortly after she hears water and is running inside the apartment. She looks outside and see there's, severe flooding, and she's not on the bottom floor. She's like on the third or fourth floor or something like that. So if the water's already flooding in there, I mean, it's pretty serious. She starts to panic, and she gets a call from the government agency she works for, and they tell her to make it to the roof for extraction. This project she's working on is very important. Won't get into any of that. Now, she's trying to make her way to the roof with her son, and another wave hits. Water floods everything, several more floors up. And you know what? That's where I'm actually going to stop. From there, she meets the person that, is there to pick them up, and he tells her some pretty shocking news. Will they make it to the roof for evacuation, or are they going to die? So what did the pros think? They came in at a 50% on 18 reviews, with the audience at a 34% on over 250 ratings on the Rotten scale. But what did I think? Well, let me get to these positives. Now, I was expecting a disaster movie, and it halfway delivers that in the first half, I should say. To wake up in an apartment building with a young child and the floors below you already flooded, then, you're trying to climb and we see this enormous wave that will most assuredly drown them. I mean, that's a scary, intense situation, and they convey that pretty good. The special effects were pretty solid. It's fast paced and they get right into it. So, I'm watching this, I'm having a good time, wondering what's going to happen. But then about 30 to 35 minutes in, they get to the roof. And I'm like, well, okay, what are we going to do now with the rest of the movie? And spoiler free, they take this very unexpected direction. This isn't just a disaster movie. It's, it's something else. Let me just put it that way. Without giving too much away, it deals with technology and how emotions can maybe influence or help with programming. It really changes in tone, which is a positive, but also where my negatives start. Because first of all, I normally praise foreign children actors. If you've been a veteran of my podcast for a while, I say that the foreign actor, the children anyway, they're normally way better than the children we have here in the States. But that is not the case here. I'm going to be fair. I'm Cobra Kai over here. I always sweep the leg. This has to be one of the worst. I mean, the character is poorly written as it is, but this kid just simply cannot act. I mean, the dub is already terrible, but I even rewound it. I said, maybe it's the dub. I rewound it and listened to it in the original language, and he was still terrible. So, no, he's just bad. And unfortunately, he plays a major role, and it stands out against the otherwise solid performances. Then there is the plot switch, and it's jarring to get from a disaster movie to where they took us with no real development. And we're left with a lot of questions. Halfway introduced ideas that never really pay off in this like a groundhog type situation. But yeah, I don't want to beat this one up too much. Let me bottom line this one for you. Did I enjoy it? And that's going to be a yes and a no. So I'm going to put this right at a 55% to stay consistent on the Rotten scale. That first act was really strong, and I appreciate they tried to do something different, but that execution really fell short. I mean, I can understand the low scores on this one. It's not that it's a bad movie, except for the kid. I mean, the kid's terrible. But They were delivering a solid disaster flick, which is what everybody went in expecting and thought we were getting. And then it turned into something else. And then, which is fine, but you got to stick the landing if you're going to pull the rug out. And they didn't do that. They needed to simplify the plot a little bit more and maybe fleshed out the ultimate plan. Then it might have been good enough to get a pass. But as it is right now, I really can't recommend it. Mileage may vary, of course. It's not, like I said, it's not a terrible movie. It's just that the change in tone and those extra ideas they introduced that really didn't pay off. Yeah, I kind of wasn't feeling that. So take with that what you will. With that being said, I'll close it out right here. If this is your first time, don't make it your last. This has been a Podbean production, mostly low-budget movie reviews with Clarence. Thanks for support. I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year, everybody. It's going to be a great New Year. I'm going to ramp up my production now that I kind of, sort of, still learning, still trying to figure this whole social media stuff out. I'm an old man, so I'm kind of getting into the groove now and starting to figure some things out, so I want to keep that momentum going. So again, it's going to be plenty of content coming. These should be uploading to my YouTube channel now, Low Budget Movie Reviews with Clarence. I do videos over there and reviews that you won't get here. So definitely go over there and subscribe and check that out as well. Of course, I'm up on all streaming platforms. Anywhere you listen to your music or your podcast, you will find me. And yeah, thank you again for support. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.